What up, peeps? It's good to be hanging out with you again. It's Richard here, and today we're going to be taking a look at an RDA. And lately I've seen a lot of these Fishbone RDAs being advertised here in Malaysia. You know, the one that has got this old glass top cap or bell cap, you want to call it. I never got around to getting one of them, but I thought to myself, they must be pretty good. So next thing I know it, iCloudcig, shout out to Steven, thank you so much. Steven is the sales manager for iCloudcig, and he wrote an email to me and asked me if I wanted to check out one of their latest RDAs, which is what I have here in my hand, this black one here right on top, sitting on top of my IPV. I'm going to just take a vape and show you how it vapes. The vapor is pretty decent, but the flavor is quite amazing, I must tell you. Nice flavor. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the latest Fishbone Plus RDA by iCloudcig. Now I do realize, okay, the first version of the Fishbone RDA comes with an all-glass top cap, much like one of those, all-glass bell caps where you have on your tank, see-through and all that. Pretty cool looking. But this one here, the Fishbone Plus, is looking just like any one of your normal RDAs, your standard-looking RDAs. But that said, it's got some pretty unique design features to it, which we'll catch in the close-ups. And for starters, the way the airflow goes, that's pretty unique. And also, what you have in there is actually a glass chamber, a smaller one, and outside you have your glass sleeve, so it's like glass within a glass. All right, so again, we'll see in the close-ups. Okay, also I'm not sure if the first version of the Fishbone has got the same build deck, but this one has got the velocity style build deck, so it's very easy. Put your wires through and then screw in from the sides and you're done. Okay, nevertheless, let's get into the close-ups. Let's have a good look at the Fishbone Plus RDA from top to bottom. Come back, we'll vape on it again, and we'll talk some more. Catch you in a bit. Close-up time with our Fishbone Plus RDA, and that's the white box that it comes in. A picture of the device itself. It's printed Fishbone Plus, iCloudcig, purer than pure. That's the tagline. If you thought purer than pure was not good enough, that's even better. Okay, so right here you have your scratch and check authenticity sticker that says CloudJoy. Little QR code here takes you to the website. On this side you have your Fishbone logo. Here you have a little black sticker that says you've got a black device inside, and of course again the brand iCloudcig there. Underneath you've got Fishbone Plus printed here, picture again, and some unique product features that's printed there for you. A little tamper-proof sticker, and also some certification logos. To take it off, of course, you break open the seal and then you just shake it a little bit and pull the top part of the box out, and you have, voila, your spares bag, of course, to start with, your infamous little blue screwdriver with lots of spare O-rings in there, two pre-built spaced out coils there, your standard coils, and also some grub screws. However, this grub screws doesn't require you to use a hex screwdriver, but instead a Phillips screwdriver, as you can see here. Hopefully you can see them. All right, so that's about it for the spares bag, and you have a little spare glass tank here in case you crack your glass tank on the device itself, so you can use that. Pulling out the device here, this is your Fishbone Plus RDA. Getting an even closer look still, as you can see, we've got our pyrex tank here. And on the inside, there's also another glass chamber where you can see the Fishbone Plus logo imprinted on it. And if you can look through all that, some pretty interesting design features going on in there, which we'll come to afterwards. At the bottom, you've got your 510 contact pin here, made out of copper, insulated at the sides there to prevent short. And this doesn't come with a little protrusion at the end here, so I wouldn't recommend you to use this on a hybrid mod. Okay, so don't do that. And this is not adjustable, and on the side here it's engraved design by iCloudcig and the serial number 5077. This is an authentic product. On the top here you've got your drip tip, and in there you've got this cross section going on, but it's actually to help you just create that vortex effect, so it'll help enhance your flavor when you're vaping on it. And the drip tip doesn't come off on its own, it's attached together with the top cap as a single piece. So once you pull it out, this is the top section and this is your other half there. Let's put that aside and take a look at the top section. Of course, you have this glass chamber that's going all around here, and you've got these two brackets here to help guide you, go along with the negative and the positive pose at each side, and let's just push it in like that. All right, so at the top here you can actually unscrew this anti-clockwise and which is a little bit tight. I think I've over tightened it. Yep, unscrew that and it comes off into 2 pieces for cleaning purposes, and that's your little rotor blade in there, which is actually not a blade, it's just a cross section for that vortex effect. Okay, that's your drip tip up there. And you have this part here which is threaded, and this glass piece is actually held on by an O-ring here. This is your 2 side brackets for you to guide you to your negative and positive post to keep it in line with that. And that's the glass piece. Please don't break this because you don't have any spares for this. It doesn't come with any spare glass here. Okay, and the top here you have your drip tip and your top cap, and that's how the airflow works. If you look through that, you can see some openings at the side, these gaps. That's how the airflow goes. When you suck in, the airflow goes in from here, down, and then up again. So that's your airflow through these gaps right on top of the side here. You can see the white there. That's your airflow, all right? So we're going to put this back and just show you how the airflow actually works. And this goes in here like that, all the way down. Okay, and you screw it back onto the top section like that, and have it in line with the negative and positive post. And just let me show you. So with that airflow here all along, you know, around the top cap, when you suck, air goes in from the top here, goes all the way in between the chamber and the outer tank. And if you notice, the chamber stops here, so it goes in here, goes into the chamber underneath your coil, cools your coil, comes out through your drip tip here and into your mouth. So that's how the airflow system actually works. All right, so I'm going to take it out again and just show you the deck right now. This is your pyrex glass, which I'm going to push it out slowly but surely. Be very, very careful, especially because of, you know, this ceramic piece here. Just be very careful because I've already broken one of it. So that's the spare one I'm using. And this is your ceramic deck where you can just push it down. It actually comes off if you wiggle and nudge it. The whole thing actually comes out, you know, if you want to clean the insides. All right, so that's the ceramic deck in there, seated right on top of the base. And you've got your velocity style posts where you can just put in through those holes your coil like what I did and just screw it down from the side. Okay, please excuse the coil. And the juice well, it's about, you know, I think it's about 4 millimeters in depth. So that's quite a juice well there, not too bad. This little tabs here at the side, you know, on the ceramic deck here is actually what you can do is when you have your coils through your screwdriver, this acts as a guide for you, you know, to know how high you need to put your coil. So you press it down and just screw it in, and that's what I think it does. Okay, so that's the function of that. All right, so to put it back, all you got to do is just make sure you get this section and fit it in nice and easy. Goes in. All right, don't force it, otherwise it may crack. And you have the top section here, line it up together with the negative and the positive post, the 2 brackets there, go in there like that, and that's it. That's your Fishbone Plus RDA. Welcome back to FaceTime. So what I've got in here is a simple dual micro coil with 26 gauge wires and about 7 wraps in there on a 2.5 millimeter diameter drill bit. That's coming up to 0.47 ohms. I'm firing at 37 watts. I'm going to take her out for a vape again just to show you how it vapes. Lip smacking goodness, sweet lips. Especially when the juice droplets get onto your lips, you know. Alright, so for normal micro coils, the flavor in itself is pretty good and goes without saying. I think it's got a lot to do with the smaller glass chamber that's inside constricting, you know, the flavor and going straight to your mouth. That's pretty cool. Vapor production is quite decent as well. You'll probably get more vapor if you were to remove the smaller glass chamber inside. Gives it more air, bigger chamber, and then take a lung hit and you probably get more clouds. Okay, so but then again, I tried that once. I think it's a little bit too airy for my liking, but then again, every individual is different. You might like it, go ahead and try it. Okay, so in my humble opinion, all in all, I think this tends to lean towards more as being a flavorful RDA rather than a cloud chucker. Okay, so because of the way the airflow goes from the top and goes around the sides of the bigger chamber, and then goes into the smaller chamber and out to your mouth. So there's all the vortex going on inside to give you better flavor. So it's more a flavor RDA rather than a cloud chucker. Okay, that's my opinion of it. And because of that, it's not going to be like a dark horse RDA, very airy, big cyclops style air hole, goes into the chamber, come out, boom, big amount of clouds out there. No, this is more restricted and more of a tighter draw in terms of airflow. Okay, another big tip that I can share with you is do not over drip on this dripper, because I accidentally did that once, and you have the smaller glass chamber inside, and then your coil sits in there and you over drip it, so it's like a big puddle of juice in there. And what you do is when you vape on it, you're sucking up juice, and straight to your mouth you get a lot of juice on your mouth. So do not do that. Sometimes it can be hot juice, so be very careful. Do not over drip. Okay, other than that, it's absolutely fine. This is a really enjoyable RDA if you like flavor. So flavor chasers, I think you're gonna like this. Okay, downside of this is you are not going to be able to fit in your bigger coils, like using thick wires, 24 gauge, 22 gauge wires, your 20 gauge wires, no. And you're not going to be able to fit the smaller glass chamber that's inside onto the deck. Okay, so it's going to get in the way and all that. I'm using 26 gauge wire. I think I'd recommend that, or 28 gauge, that's up to you. So because this is, like I said again, more of a flavor RDA rather than a cloud chucker. So thicker wires, maybe not so. Okay, in terms of price wise, in the US I know it's retailing for about $25 US. I think you can find that in a lot of brick and mortar shops in the US, $25 US. But in Malaysia, we haven't got it in here yet. I think again it's going to take a little time. It'll take a while to reach us. So, but nevertheless, I think it's going to be just as popular as the version 1 of the Fishbone RDA. So just be a little patient. I'm sure it'll reach our show soon enough. Okay, so that said, it's Halloween this weekend. So what has Halloween got to do with this? First of all, happy Halloween, guys. And I have two RDAs here I want to share with my fellow Malaysians, and since we don't get it here yet, I'm probably the first person vaping on this. I want to share it with you and let you try it out for yourself, let you enjoy it. So I've got the gold version and I've got the stainless steel version for Malaysians only. And my fellow Malaysians, all you got to do the usual thing, comment below, say what you want to say, and then in another video I'm going to pick your names out and I'll get your details, and then after that I'm going to send it to you as soon as possible. Alright, so good luck to you guys, and that's it for the Fishbone Plus RDA from iCloudcig. One more vape, we'll call it a wrap. Once again, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for your support. Until I talk to you again, God bless, bye for now. Cheers.